from the 2023 MoPac Mixed Playdowns. This is your host Brian with you tonight as we have our feature game between Team Stefani of Coyotes Curling Club and Team McDonald from Arizona, Coyotes and more. Glad to have you with us. We're trying something new with the microphone, so if you have a comment, be sure to let us know. We'll do our best to get things as optimal as we can. Rocks in play. We are underway here on our feature sheet C. We're going to let you know what's going on the other games as well, with some live look-ins. So McDonald started the game with a hammer. Looks like they went up with a corner guard, and now and then the other team, Stefani, responded with some rocks in play in the house. Looks like McDonald is going to take out one of the reds in the center. So letting you guys know the other games in play. On sheet A, we have defending champion Maxie from Coyotes taking on Team Howells from Hollywood. On sheet B, we have Team Ewers from Hollywood Curling. One of the surprises of the tournament so far, taking on Coyotes, is Team Aubrey. On sheet C is our feature game, of course, Stefani of Wine Country taking on McDonald of Coyotes and more. And on our D sheet, we have Team LeClaire of Coyotes taking on Team Feldman of Wine Country Curling. Looks like McDonald is having her player draw around the corner-ish guard on the top left, and it does sit around partially. It kind of locks it onto the yellow shot that's sitting in the top forefoot. This next rock is coming from second Darren Campbell for Stefani. And I think they wanted to throw a little bit up weight, and it's going to go past everything. Oh no, a little bit of a bobble there in the back of the house. Hopefully they're okay. And this is the second for McDonald. This is Ella Fleming. I said Coyotes and more. Andy McDonald curls primarily out of Coyotes, but teammates are from Wine Country and Capital Curling Club, which I believe is in the Dakotas, which is not what you would think necessarily, although Dakota does have a capital. They have two, actually. And this she locks another one in at the top of the house. That's 3 yellows now with a hammer here early in the game. Halfway through the first end. This is Stefani's third. His vice, Megan Groh. Started curling in 2013, late 2013. Years are important. Well, got a little bit of weight on that. Moves the yellows around. Gets one to the edge of the 12 foot on the left. So it changes things around. Opens up the center, so I would probably consider that to be a good shot. And of course, my judgment on whether it's a good shot or not is obviously the ultimate decider on if it's a good shot. Clearly not. So McDonald has the room trying to get this shot set for her third, and that's going to be Zach Brendan. Yes, he's from the Dakotas, a 3-time high school state champion for Dakota Territory in 2020, 21, and 22. His shot's away. Looks like he puts up what turns out to be a center guard in about the 2 zone. Kind of the midway point of the guard area in front of the house. And this is Groh's second. She was lead on the winning 2013 MoPac Women's team and represented MoPac at the 2014 Club Nationals. She competed with the Arizona team at the 2017 Pitt International Cup, and several U.S. Women's Curling Association teams representing Coyotes and Wine Country. And this is looks like a pretty good draw around. Maybe a smidge heavy as McDonald sweeps it to the back 8, and really close on the weight. Looks yellow from the overhead. So looks like I think McDonald's. I think she wants a heavy, like a half weight shot to go down onto the red in the back. There's that guard on the center line, but I think there's enough ice to. Oh, well, she's calling them off now. Or she was calling them off, maybe. Ooh, oh, this could be bad. Not too bad, but not an optimal outcome. So it does strike the guard and was deflected onto the yellow in the house, and it bumped the shot rock to the 12 foot. So now Stefani has a chance here to kind of force now that he's sitting shot. Dan Stefani's been curling for 10 years, the majority of which has been with Wine Country Curling. He has participated in various recreational and competitive leagues over the years. Fun fact, when he's not curling on Tuesday or Sunday leagues, he is often seen disc golfing, cross-fitting, or running 160,934 centimeter races. Not quite sure what the joke is there, but it's a joke. Not the running. Running's a serious business, but that number was a joke. So it looks like they wanted to put up a guard. It looks pretty good for a guard. So it does guard it up. The right side is still open for McDonald to draw around. It's early in the game. I'm curious if it might be prudent to just kind of draw in and sit shot and just kind of challenge Stefani to respond. Especially because the draw around might not be as effective a shot as I'm thinking, because the red in the top right, that might be run back into the house. So we'll see what Andy McDonald has dialed up. She was the Wisconsin state champion in 2016, 2018, competed in the Youth Olympic Trials in 2019. She's got a very solid youth and junior curling career. We'll go into that in later ends. And her shot's underway. So they are looking at a draw around. This looks to be a little on the light side, perhaps. It's coming down nicely, actually. That is really nice weight, T-line weight. Gets around the guard. About maybe a 20% covered by the guard from the overhead camera. So Stefani can follow them down, just kind of tap it and maybe kind of roll towards the center a little bit. So let's do the shot you're setting up. And Dan's shot is away. He's looking for just a little bit more weight than what McDonald threw in her last. This is Stefani's last rack here without hammer in first. So the line looks pretty good. Ooh, that settles down really nicely. 4 shots, kind of corner frozen on, it appears. So they're kind of talking about the weight for this shot. I think they're looking at this point to just get one here. They don't want to throw probably, they're looking at hack weight. They probably don't want to throw more than that because they want to basically kind of just push the red through the button area and then be sitting 1, maybe 2. They could be going for 2. The warm room says they're going for 2, and always trust the warm room. Yeah. Warm room says they just need to bump it 2 feet. That looks about right. So her shot's away. Line looks tight, but it looks like it's going to be around the guard. They're trying to push it over, actually. Maybe it's wide. Ooh, that was really close. So it made contact, and it may have pushed the red too far. It looks yellow from the overhead. So it might be enough, but we're already doing a measure on one of the sheets, and so the measure bar is already down on sheet D, so they might bring the bar over, and they will. So we are going to have a measure on the other sheets. It was a pretty close shot. Measure bar is coming over. From this view, it looks red, but appearances can be deceiving, especially with our camera setup. You know, we try our best, but it's not 100% point accurate. So measurements underway. He's pointing yellow, so that is one for Team McDonald. So after one, Team McDonald is up 1-0 over Team Stefani. We'll be back in just a moment to our coverage of the 2023 MoPac Mids Playdowns, coming to you live from Coyotes Curling Club. If you or your business would like to become a sponsor of MoPac, our competitions, or our live streaming service, visit mopacca.org and click on the contact link on the right-hand side of the page. So looking at sheet D, because they had a measure, I'm not quite sure what the measure was, the red team, Leclerc, scored multiple points. So I guess they're looking to see what if it was a fourth or a fifth zone. So Leclerc is up 4-0 over Team Feldman of Wine Country on sheet B. Feldman curling from Wine Country, Yellow Rocks. On sheet A, the game between defending champions Maxey taking on Howells of Hollywood. It appears that Maxey scored 2 in the first. It's up 2-0 over Howells. On sheet B, sorry. The game between Team Ewers of Hollywood and Team Aubrey of Coyotes. It appears that it appears that Ewers scored 1 in the first. It's 1-0. So back to our feature sheets. Looks like the next lead stone from Team Stefani is coming down the ice. That is Suzanne Minchal. Susan enjoys playing as many bond spills as possible, winning some, losing most, as her shot is a little heavy. She notes a few highlights would be on the winning team for the A bracket in Cranbrook 2019, the B bracket in 2020, the B bracket for Preston's Valentine's Ladies Bonspiel. This is Team McDonald's lead, Brian Feldman Jr. He is the third Feldman in the field. He competed at the U18 Nationals in 2019. He was on the winning team at the Barrel Bonspiel. The Barrel is one of One Country's Bonspiels in Roseville, California, just outside Sacramento. So looks like Stephanie's calling up weight for Susan. I think they're looking to move those yellows around. Hopefully get rid of one, maybe two. The line looks pretty good to get one. There's also a possibility of a jamming in the back. It just, it does kiss the one in the back. It gets rid of the red. And the shooter rolls over to the 8-foot on the left side. Yellow still shots. This is now in the hat for Team McDonald, Ella Fleming. winner of the 2016 and 2018 U14s in the Dakota territory. Also a high school champion in the Dakota territory 3 years in a row from 2019 to 2021. And that's a nice hit. Moves the rocks around. Double still there. I think the double would be there if they hit on the outside, but it looks like Stefani's going to go after shot rock. Not a bad call. This is Feldman's second shot coming. No, it's not Feldman. Who is that? I think this is Darren Campbell for Stefani. This is the other team, guys. Does get rid of one of the yellows, and the shooter rolls away. This is Fleming's next here. So I think they're, I mean, obviously as the rock comes down, it's going to be more of a guard to the shot stone if it finishes. And it does finish pretty well in the house in the top 12. I think kind of it does appear to have the shot stone about 40% covered. Here's Campbell's next. Darren's been curling for less than a year, and already he's made some great shots at this tournament. He's a rookie curler from Coyotes Curling with a large appetite for the sports, playing in several leagues during the week, and began competing in multiple local bonspiels throughout the year. And it looks like he has the shots. Gets around that rock that was just put up by Team McDonald and made contact on shot stone. And so now it is Stefani sitting one, and McDonald didn't waste any time putting the broom down for her vice, Zach Brendan. Nice hit and roll, rolls back under the cover, so it does kind of expand the center scoring area a little bit, and however that rock that's now shot is pretty well covered, although it could be drawn to. So it looks like Stefani, I think, looking to do a little bit of cleanup, calls for taking out the yellow in the top of the house. And here comes Maiden's first. Has one. Gets, looks like it may have hit the yellow in the back, and then the top yellow rolls over to the back 8-foot open. The shooter sticks around in the top 12-foot, and McDonald puts the broom down for Zach to take it out. Hits the red and rolls over. It partially covers the shot stone in the back of the house. McDonald sitting two. Ooh. So Stefani was kind of looking at his options. I think is asking for Megan to just draw around, sit on top of the shot stone in the back of the house. Swoopers are on it pretty hard now. They're just walking it down. Stefani comes out. It's finishing pretty nicely. Actually, it's just a smidge heavy, and will go through the house. So just a little too much mustard, as the kids say. Kids say the darndest things. So it looks like the force is on for Team McDonald. Just kind of. McDonald, I think, is looking to choke off the paths to the shot stone and narrow the scoring area. So fun fact about Team McDonald, Andy McDonald was scored an 8-ender in the past year at a wine country bonspiel. And scoring an 8-ender is a great accomplishment. Requires some obviously skill, and also it's like some misfortune on the other team, but still a great accomplishment. And it was super exciting when we saw that happen, when we saw photos of it. And this shot looks pretty decent. I think they may have wanted a little bit more curl because the shot stone is on the button exposed. Maiden's kind of pointing out a hit and roll, which could potentially generate a 2. So Stefani is talking with his front end about the shot. I think it needs to curl a little bit more. It's pretty outside. Oh, there it goes. I did need to curl a little bit more. Next shot coming for Andy McDonald. I think just looking to get rid of the red, do some dry eyes or vising, take the red out. Oh, this is a little wide. It doesn't jam though, so a fortunate outcome. And now Stefani is forced to draw for 1. So this looks like I would probably say it seemed like a pretty clean end. Some nice shot calling on both teams. Just shaping up to be a force for Stephanie. As the shot's underway. Looks like it's not enough weights. It needs to sit down now. There's a little bit of backing, and so they were, I think, sweeping to kind of hold the line a little bit, and it does go to the backing, and the back eights sits down for 1 red. So we are all tied here on our feature sheets. McDonald has a hammer when we come back to the 2023 MoPac Mixed Playdowns. Oh my gosh. Oh. Sorry for that, gentlemen. I thought I was on mute, ladies and gentlemen. The perils of live broadcasting. Rocks are in play here in the fourth end. We are playing 8 end games of regulation, so that means after the fourth end, it's halftime. And as part of our halftime show, we are going to have the children of the world do a performance of how children are the future. And we're supposed to treat them well and let them lead the way. Unfortunately, we don't have the rights to the music and we cannot air it. So we won't be able to, you'll miss that. But it's going to be a great show. I mean, we cast of thousands on this ice. The ice techs are totally fine with it. So. This is Susan's last, I believe. And Team Stefani is looking to generate some offense. This is it's over the hog line, so it's going to be a high guard. Something for Stefani to use later in the game, the end. So this is Fleming's first for McDonald. This looks to be a nice draw around that guard that Susan just put up. Comes to rest in the 4'4" shots. So, like last end, Stefani's facing a lot of yellow rocks in the house and trying to figure out the best way to move them around. And Darren Campbell's going to do his part to see what he can do. The line looks pretty good. The weight also looks pretty nice, although it might be over curling a smidge. It does hit the shot rock, and the shooter rolls to the back 8 for third. So I think it was really close, but just I think a slight miss. Maybe just a little less. Oh, sorry. They needed more eyes. That's the way to phrase that sentence. This is Fleming's next. It looks like McDonald just wants her to draw around again. This looks really good. Line's good. It's going to get around the guard again and come to rest. Looks like a little heavier than the last. It's going to settle in the back 4, but just I say a little heavier. It was ever so slightly heavier, like 2 rocks probably. It does create a bit of a pocket for Team Stefani, and Darren's going to draw into that again. Sweepers are just escorting it down now. Now they're sweeping, I think kind of hold the line. It does chip one of the yellows out to the back 12, but it hangs on the back end of the house. Yellow is still shot, but now they're sitting just 1, and Stefani has second.
shot right now. Looks like McDonald wants to blow things up. And Zach Brendan is on demolition duty. His shots away. Looks like a nice release. Fellman's sweeping hard. I think it needs to curl a little bit more. Fleming's helping out. It's trying to chip the red, and the shooter's going to roll out, but a good shot to get rid of one of the Stefani stones. Stefani Stones, by the way, is the character name of a soap opera telenovela I'm writing, coming this fall to a cable network near you. I think Netflix is going to do 6 episodes and then promptly cancel it. So there's really great prospects for Stefani Stones. And speaking of Stefani Stones, here's the next one coming from Made in Grow. I think looking to draw into the center of the house. Needs to curl up a little bit. Sweepers were helping out, now they're off. Just trying to, I think, carry a little too far. I'm going to come to the back 12 area. Just a little too much ice and just a little too much weight. And you know, I think just kind of missing the wrong way, because if they were a little light, that rock would have been where McDonald was pointing her broom in the top 4 foot, and that would have been a pretty decent miss. Right, so now McDonald wants to draw, so to basically almost follow Grove's line down, just a little less weight. Although McDonald has, I think, a lot less room than Grove's last. Rotation does make a huge difference on this ice, as I found out in October. I was playing lead, and I have a really soft rotation, and it curled a bunch, and the other team members didn't really have that effect. So, but this one looks really good. Just a little bit heavier than what McDonald dialed up, but that's a pretty decent outcome. Although there is a double possibility there if Dan Stefani wants to take it on. He's looking at it. From the overhead and from this view, you know, the double looks to be there. He's got it lined up for Megan for her next. This is hanging out though. It's settling up okay. It's going to get one. And it rolls over to the yellows. So one of the yellows goes out, but it only marginally improves the situation for Stefani. McDonald is still sitting 2. Stefani has the hammer in the sand, so he's looking to generate some offense. Or if you're Canadian, offense, but said with a Canadian accent. So it looks like McDonald wants to draw it down, kind of take a very similar shot to what her third just threw. Probably be a little higher up, maybe top 8 would be my guess, maybe full 8. Her shot's away. Sweepers are rushing. Ever so brushingly. And I guess lights the miss here. It looks like it's going to be more of a guard. But it looks really good. That is top 4, binding the 4 foot. So there's a pocket to draw into. That's where Stefani has the broom. He can't really get rid of all those rocks. So he's, I think, looking to see how he might be able to get 2 out of this, or just maybe be content to get 1 and not give up a crooked number, as it were. It's, I think, really hard to see a lot of options at this point. The guard that is just to the right of center of the shot precludes any sort of run back or takeouts. I mean, they could run it into the pile, but I don't see that accomplishing a bunch. I think drawing to the pile is probably the best shot. Seems to be what they're lining up. They don't want to wreck on the yellow that McDonald's put up, because that would be disastrous. Although perhaps not the end of the world. But Dan Stefani looking at 3 in the house, looking to draw to the tee line. This is going to be a crucial shot for Dan Stefani. His shot's underway. This weight looks pretty good. The line, it needs to curl up a little bit more. It's hanging out there. But it looks like a good outcome as he corner freezes it on the yellow in the back to be almost entirely ensconced within the 4-foot ring. So it is now a red sitting shot, and I think McDonald just wants to follow them down, really force Stefani to 1. I don't think, they're not going to hammer it out. I don't see hammering it out really working for the shot. So as Andy McDonald gets set in the hack for her last without hammer. Her shot's away. This looks to be a little heavy. Feldman's sweeping to urge it over a little bit, so it does. The red gets pushed back just a little bit, but it's still second shot, I believe. And now it is yellow sitting 1. Looking at the overhead, it appears that Stefani could maybe chip the yellow out and stick around for 2. The worst case scenario, I think, the miss is to just move the yellow back and just score the 1, but they have a chance for 2. The absolute worst case is that they hit and roll too far, but I don't see that happening. This is another key shot for Dan Stefani here with the hammer in the 4th end. He was looking over it, the shot from the hack. I guess making sure the lines, everything lined up okay. Happy with it now. He does his delivery. A pretty gentle release there. This looks like it's pretty good. Needs to maybe curl up just a little bit more. So it's got made contact on the yellow. The yellow goes through. The red rolls too far. So that that was always a possibility. It is one more for Stefani. So he now trails 4-2, a 2-point lead for Team McDonald at the break. They're going to take a 5-minute break. We are going to, as well, as soon as we update our around the rings coverage, and we're not doing a live look-in because all of the teams are on their break for the most part. So on sheet A, it appears that. Not quite sure what happens on sheet A. On sheet B, it looks like Team Ewers has a 5-3 lead over Team Aubrey. Sheet C is our feature sheet. McDonald has the 4-2 lead over Stefani. And on sheet D, looks like maybe a blank in the fourth ad. The fourth instrument that we posted, but Team Leclerc, Red Rocks for Coyotes, had a 6-5 lead over Team Feldman. So we'll be right back in just a moment when our coverage continues from the 2023 MoPac Men's Playdowns, coming to you live from Coyotes Curling Club. This broadcast is presented by authority of the Mountain Pacific Curling Association and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Mountain Pacific Curling Association. And we are back to the 2023 MoPac Mitts Playdowns, coming to you live from the Coyotes Curling Club in Tempe, Arizona. Just a real quick update on Sheet A. They were off the ice, and there's a very good reason why they're off the ice. Team Maxi in the fourth end scored a 7-ender, which is one short of 8, if we're counting. So they reached 7th heaven, and Team Howell said that was enough and shook hands at that point. The final 11-2. So Maxi, they were upset in their first game, the defending champions, but they've won their last 2, so they seem to be improving their position, headed towards the playoffs here as pool play continues. On our feature sheets, Rocks are in play. We are underway here in the 5th end of 8 ends of regulation. It's been a nice battle so far in this game. The big end so far is the 3rd end when Team McDonald was able to hang a 3 spot on Team Stefani from Wine Country. And so now Stefani was forced to single in the 4th, and is I think looking to steal or force here to really have a chance to get back into this game. This shot coming now from the lead for Stefani, Suzanne Minchel. Nice hit and roll. Doesn't quite roll enough. It is open in the center, and so now McDonald is just going to make a play for it. And this is the last shot coming from the lead for Team McDonald. This is Brian Feldman Jr. This looks really good for a takeout. I think looking for a slight roll to under the cover. It looks like you're going to see some roll, and it does roll under the cover. It's pretty well covered on the left wing there. So it looks like it did. It rolled over to the left side, and so now Stefani wants Darren Campbell to take it on the left side as Darren's shot's underway. This looks like it might be a little tight, maybe run into the guard there. Oh, it did whip to the guard, and it does roll, toward the edge of the sheet, and is now officially out of play. McDonald has the hammer here in this end as Ella Fleming delivers her first. This looks to be maybe a little on the heavy side. And Stefani escorts it from the premises like a bouncer at the bar last night. So it looks like Stefani wants Darren to try that takeout again. This time it's the shot's more open. This looks really good. Darren's only been curling for less than a year, but it looks like he's got some nice lines and good weights. Especially when you're starting out, you tend to over adjust. So if you just miss narrowly on one side, you would kind of adjust, and you miss on the other side. In this case, I think that was a good adjustment, and he was able to do the takeout. Nice soft takeout weight, and now Fleming is going to go after that shot stone. That is Stefani's for now. This looks pretty good. I think they're looking for a little bit of a roll. Makes contact and will roll under the center and then roll past slightly to sit on the button. So now we're just kind of going back and forth around the house. I think some good play, good hits, just kind of changing things up a little bit, keep things interesting. And Megan Grow is being asked, I think, kind of do a hit and roll on the right side here. Line looks pretty good. Susan's sweeping, I think, and holding the line, and gets a slight roll under cover, and Stephanie escorts it from the premises. So we do have a triple header on tap for you today, ladies and gentlemen. This is our first game. Coming up at 2:30, we're going to have a match between Team Aubrey of Coyotes taking on Team Maxi from Coyotes, the defending champions. Maxi will have a decent amount of rest because they only played half a game. They only needed half a game. Aubrey is still on the ice right now fighting hard against Team Ewers from Hollywood. Looks like they're clearing the guard for McDonald. Runs it back. Just a shot rock, and the red that was run into the house is open on the right side. There still is a guard for Stephanie to utilize. Looks like he wants to just kind of split the house at this point. And I think he just wants to split the house. He's not really using the guard for cover. So Aubrey Max is at our 2:30 game Mountain Time. Our night spot is at 6:30 Mountain. We are looking to see if what game we might do because we want to make sure we can get as many teams on the stream as possible. So we'll get back to you on what that game is going to be. But that game will be at 6:30. And Team Stefani did split the houses. Split the house. There's only one house here. Did split the rings. There is more than one ring. There's a super thin double if McDonald wanted to take it on, but I think it's too thin. I think McDonald is looking at maybe just like hit and roll towards. Let me roll on top of the red on the left side. So she wants to hit the red on the right, roll to the left, as Zach's shot is away. So it's going to hit the red. It's going to roll over. And beautiful. There we go. Just as they drew it up. Good shot by Team McDonald. So now Dan Stefani makes his way toward the hatch. I think looking to take out the yellow that was just put in. And there's Stephanie's shot. I thought it looked maybe a smidge wide. Looks like they're trying to push it over a little bit. I think they're just looking for contact at this point. It will be. It looks pretty good, actually. It nudges the yellow, just like a relative encouraging to leave after Thanksgiving dinner. The nudge. So the double's there. If McDonald makes this double, I wonder if the blank would be on, because Stephanie would probably respond by trying to take out the McDonald rock, and then not necessarily having a great chance for two. McDonald might try to blank the end, but we'll see what happens. I think looking for the double here. Andy McDowell about to take her first here with the hammer in the 5th end. That's pretty good. Needs to, looks like it's going to be around the guard. So it gets one red, and the shooter rolls out to the 12-foot. So now it's Stefani sitting 1. I think Stefani could force, oh, that's dangerous. Like Stefani could try to do the force by drawing to the other side and then forcing McDonald to draw for 1. I think they're going to take maybe the slightly safer option and take out the yellow McDonald stone that's now in the house. Be sitting 2, and then McDonald either try to do the double again and then or draw for 1. They're changing the shot though. They are opting for the draw. The reason I say that's dangerous is if he's short, then all McDonald needs to do is then hit out the Stefani stone in the house for 2. So opting for the draw to the button or to the top of the house needs to make sure it is a second shot at the very least. Line looks pretty good. The front end's going on it hard. It needs to be second shot. It needs to be second shot, and it will be. I believe, indeed it is. So that was a good sweep to make sure it gets there. So now there really isn't the double, and it looks like it will be a draw for 1. As McDonald makes her way to the hack. Based on where the broom is positioned, I think they're just going to hit for 1. So facing 2, here is Andy McDonald's last here in the 5th. Nice upweight release. Scoopers are pounding that ice. Looks like it's going to clip and stick for 1. So good end by Stefani. A nice way to do that solid, the 1-2 for McDonald to extend their lead to 3. So heading into the 6th end of a possible 8 ends of regulation, it is Team McDonald 5, Team Stefani 2. We'll be right back when our coverage continues from the 2023 MoPac Mixed Playdowns. Looking around the rings, as we mentioned, Sheet A ended after 4 when Team Maxey from Coyotes put up a 7 spot, defeating Team Howells of Hollywood 11-2. Sheet B, they're playing their 6th end right now. Looks like Team Muirs is starting to pull away here from Team Aubrey from Coyotes. Team Aubrey stole 2 in the 5th to take a 7-3 lead over Team Aubrey. And the 6th end is just underway. Sheet C is our feature sheet. McDonald is up 5-2 over Team Stefani. And then our high scoring sheets, just another crooked number was put up by Team LeClaire. It's been back and forth, and the latest swing is a 4 spot put up by Team LeClaire. They now lead over Team Feldman by a score of 10-6. So interesting game there. Turning into a kind of a bit of an interesting game on our feature sheet as well, as Team Stefani's fought hard, but Team McDonald has been able to. The big end was the 3rd end where McDonald got a 3. That is the difference in the game, but it's enough to give them a 3-point lead, 5-2 over Team Stefani. This Stefani Rock coming down as a corner guard. And that is a bona fide certified corner guard. Otherwise, the house is wide open. There's a net shot coming from Brian Feldman Jr. This looks to be going into the house, maybe a little deep. And Stephanie's going to jump on it. And goes through the house out of play. So now Stephanie has that corner guard. He's going to use it as he's asking his lead, Susan, to draw around. As her rucks away. Swoopers are really, really pounding that ice. Looks like it's a little light, and it will be another corner guard. So not a bad outcome for Stephanie. And now Andy McDonald wants her second Fleming to draw around. So Fleming's last shot was a little heavy, and this weight's definitely dialed back. It looks like it might not be curling enough, even though they're trying to coach it over. It does settle into the 8 foot on the center, kind of exposed. And so now it looks like Stephanie wants to hit and roll under the corner guards, and he's going to ask Darren Campbell to execute. Seeing some really nice releases by these teams. Looking for a hit and roll. It's just hanging out there. They were trying to coach it over, but it did not do so, and it's going to go through the house. Stephanie puts the ruck out of its misery, takes it out of play. So now an opportunity is open for McDonald without the hammer. I think looking to put up a center guard. So just looking for a nice light shot. Now hoping for it to curl a bit more. Don't know if it's going to finish. It does go into the house, top 12. Now there's a double possibility for Stephanie to take on. Looking for hack weight. I don't know if that's enough ice for hack weight. This looks pretty good. He's going to get one, get two. Gets them both. A nice double takeout there from Darren. Good shots. So now it is Red sitting the one in the house, and McDonald wastes no time in sitting the broom down for Zach to just take it out. Feldman's swooping pretty hard, I think looking to just hold the line. Gonna see a little bit of a roll under cover, so that's a really good shot there by Zach. So just like that, the turns have tabled, and it is now McDonald sitting the one in the house under cover. So now Stephanie's looking to run the red back onto the yellow. And this is going to be Megan's first here. There's a couple ways to do that, this yellow rock. So let's see if the called shot is going to be made. It's over curling. So unfortunately a miss, but it does open up the yellow rock. And so now McDonald wants to, I think, just put another one in the house. Maybe tap the yellow back under the cover a little bit more. This is Zach's second here. Just looking for a nice, I think, roughly T-line weight. It is going to come. It's going to tap up the yellow that's already in the house. Tap and rolls for second shot. So that is really well covered by McDonald on the right side there. There's a double possibility for Megan. Stephanie's kind of looking over at the options here. Has the broom down. Looks like they're drawing as Megan's shot is away. This weight looks pretty good. Needs to curl up a little bit more. Now Stephanie is jumping out to help. Needs to curl. It's finishing fairly well, but does not curl enough. Settles in on the button. It is shot, but it is exposed. A pretty good response by Megan, but the shot is open, and Team McDonald wastes no time putting the broom, just kind of, they're figuring out the best way to, tackle the shot rock. But I think they're going to try and hit and kind of roll under the cover of those yellow rocks in the house. McDonald gets set, looking for a hit. I think a little roll. Sweepers fighting to hold that line. Looks pretty good. Going to hit and actually roll to the left. Left from this view. So now there's a possibility for Stephanie to get two. Looking to hit and roll under cover. I think then McDonald will probably try and draw for her last. Or actually even a guard perhaps. Conceding a one's not too bad in this situation. Dan Stefani gets set. This is his first of two skip stones with a hammer. In the sixth, looking to generate some offense. Needs a roll. It's going to hit. Is it going to roll? It just rolls ever so slightly back towards the button. So now McDonald can hit and roll. Even a hit stick's not too bad because the force is on. So just a very similar shot to what McDonald just threw. So just trying to do it again. I think maybe looking to roll to the other side to the right here from this view. So then Stefani has a really tough draw for that one. Shots away. Looks pretty good. I think maybe looking for a little bit more curl. It just noses the red. And so now Stefani facing 3 is being forced to 1. However, all they really need to do is just nose hit for 1. Here's Stefani's last shot. Needs to stick around here. Line looks really good. Hits it on the schnoz. A schnoz shot for 1 there. Dan Stefani to claw ever so slightly into the lead that McDonald has. After 6, it is Team McDonald 5, Team Stefani 3. We'll be back to our feature sheet in just a moment when our coverage continues from the MoPac 2023 mixed playdowns.
That's the boss, depending on what year.
So we are going to go around the rings real quick. On sheet B, they just finished the 6th end. Who scored? Who scored? Aubrey? They got 1? Okay. So it looks like it's been pretty strongly Muir's in this game. Muir's has a 7-4 lead over Aubrey. Muir's playing with the Red Rocks, Aubrey playing with the yellow. They're heading to the 7th end here. Our feature sheet is on sheet C as they're about to get underway. McDonald does have a 2-point lead over Team Stefani, 5-3. And then they are about to finish the end here on sheet D, sheet number D. And on sheet D, it looks like lots of rocks in play. But if you are Team Feldman, they're the wrong color. Looks like Team Leclerc has jumped to an 11-6 lead over Team Feldman, and there are there's 3 reds in the house right now as Feldman is about to take her last shot here. We'll watch this since we're here. This is a tricky shot for Feldman. So it cuts the damage down to 2, but Leclerc does steal 2 here, and they've run out of numbers on the board, as it is now 12-6 Feldman. So a tough end for Feldman, but a good end for Leclerc. So that gets you up to date on our games. As always, you can get the latest scores on bondspieler.com. Bondspieler.com. That's the name of the website. I can't think of a joke all the time for botsplayer.com. So, returning to our feature game here. One second.
So it appears on sheet D they have shaken hands. They've literally shaken hands on sheet D. So that game is over. Leclerc emerges with the win. So interesting outcome there. On our feature sheets, McDonald has the hammer. Looking to clear some guards here is Ella Fleming's rock. So it tips the guard. There's a lot of rocks in front of the house. So this is the seventh end here of a possible eighth. Looks like Stephanie's asking Darren to draw around the corner guards. Looks like it's actually on the guard. Oh, it's around the guard. Settles into the back of the house. It is shot. Pretty well, partially covered, I would say. McDonald just wants to keep clearing the guards in front of the house. So Fleming's rock delivered. Does move one of the Stefani guards to the side and runs one of the yellows into the house. And that is, hard to say. Looks yellow for shot. So it looks like Stefani wants to draw around. Looks like it's going to tap the yellow. And the yellow goes out of the house, but sticks around in the back, on the back line. So it looks like facing two in the house. McDonald is looking to do some cleanup in the house now. Looking to have Zach, Brendan. I think like probably hit and roll towards the hit the red on the outside and roll towards the red in the back. And his shot's away.
bits one, but does not roll. It does get rid of the yellow that was on the back line, so it cleans up a little bit. And so it's now hard to say who shot now. I'm leaning towards yellow. And this is the first rock coming from Maiden Row. Just looking for a hit and roll, I believe. Well, it's not going to roll. It's going to hit it pretty much on the nose. Roll slightly to the wing, gets rid of the yellow, so it's now Stefani sitting 2 again. So it looks like McDonald is content to trade hits back and forth with Stefani as she asks Zach to, I think, do another hit. Probably roll again towards the center. Let's see if he has it dialed up. Hits it thin and will roll out of play through the back. So this creates an opportunity for Stefani to split the rings, and that's what he's... I say split the rings, but it looks like he wants to actually draw into the top of the house. That makes sense. As Stefani hustled his bustle down the ice. You can see here on this view that the games are timed. Each team has a 90-second timeout during regulation. That's in part to enable a coach or fifth to be able to get to the ice to offer their advice. But they're looking to save a little bit of time to have enough time in their last end, as Stefani's last rock is away. This looks like it's a little tight to the guard. They're sweeping. I think now they're calling an audible. And it's going to go on top of the guard. Just nudge the guard ever so slightly. Nudgy nudge. So, for Andy McDonald, I think they're going to try to take out the red in the back. This is the 7th end, so it's possible they could just go for a blank here and then carry the hammer into the last end and really take control of the game, more so than they have already. So McDonald, looking at the shot from the hack, wants to position the broom to take out the red. I think really looking for a takeout here and probably stick around. Because if they stick around, then Stefani's kind of forced to take it on. For Stefani, I'm sure would like to force McDonald here to 1, so then to have at least a chance to get back into this game. So hits and rolls to the back of the house. So it's pretty open here. So if Stefani forces McDonald to 1 here, then it would be a 3-point game. The 6 is not posted on the scoreboard, but it's 5-3 right now. If Stefani forces McDonald, then they would have a 3-point deficit to come back from. However, they would have the hammer, which is offers a strategic advantage. If McDonald blanks, I think the percentage of scoring, the percentage of Stefani stealing to force a tie would be pretty low. But anything's possible in curling, at least until it's not. In this case, it looks like they're going to do a takeout. I think, and really. I think the blank would be, oh, this is over curling a little bit. Oh no! All my destruction scenarios is off the table now because McDonald can do 2 here and take a 4-point lead into the end. So it's like it doesn't behoove McDonald to blank this end if she can get 2. So.
We went to the cross I don't remember. I know I've seen the pin.
So now McDonald has a chance for 2 to really take a commanding lead in this game. Just an unfortunate miss there by Stefani. So her shot's away. Just needs to touch paint for 2. Supers are on it. Needs to make sure it gets there. Oh man, it looks to be a little on the light side. Are they going to be able to get it there? And just needs to touch paint, and it just ends up a little short. Oh man. So I mean, they will take a 3-point lead into the final end, but what could have been an excellent opportunity for 1 more was missed. So it's a 6-3 game. If I'm doing the math correctly, that is correct. 6-3. So Stefani still has work to do, but he has the advantage of the hammer coming home when we return to the MoPac mixed playdowns, coming to you live from Coyotes Curling Club. And we are back to our final end here of regulation at the on our feature sheet between Team McDonald of Coyotes and More taking on Team Stefani of Wine Country and More. McDonald had her lead. Brian just threw through the house, and Team Stefani responds by putting up a corner guard. And looks like McDonald's just going to have Feldman Jr. throw through again, working on their upweight deliveries. And that is an excellent throw through the house. Nice pace. And this end is brought to you by Pace Picante Salsa. Pick up the pace. We don't have sponsors, but if we did, it could be Pace. It could be you. If you are interested in sponsoring, you can contact us via the MoPac website, mopacca.org. There's a link on the right-hand side of the page that says contact. So, but they did pick up the pace. I think one of the teams was worried about time. Stefani, perhaps, but they have 3 minutes to finish the end, so plenty of time for the most part, and they have not taken their time out yet. So, yeah.
They ended 15 minutes ahead.
A lot of teams starting out worry about running out of time. However, if you just play, with deliberate speed, don't rush, but just don't lollygag, you can easily play in the time allotted. Looks like I think McDonald's asking Fleming to throw through. as well because they can't do anything with those guards until this next set of rocks. That's another throw through. So that's the 5th rock at the end. And so the 5 rock rule is now off. And now we can, game on, as it were. And so it looks like Stefani wants to take advantage of those corner guards while they're still there. Asking Darren Campbell to draw around on the left side. This is looking pretty good. Needs to make sure it needs to be in the house, needs to be behind cover. Looks pretty good. Stefani started to finish, and then McDonald's took over as it comes to rest in the back 12.
Oh, I might want to speak to this.
So
It's a little fake out. It's like, oh, must be right.
just a little heavy, but still in the house. Still a counter, and Stefani needs at least 3 to tie, 4 to win. Excuse me. It is possible to score big numbers on these sheets, as we saw on the other games. This is a Fleming second, and she's on guard clearing duty. They don't want the shooter to stick around, so they're going to hit thin and roll the shooter out as the guard also goes out of play. And so now Stefani wants to put a rock in the house in front of the shot stone. Doesn't want to guard necessarily because he needs counters in the house to overcome that 3-point deficit. Campbell 2nd shot's away. This is going to be more of a guard. Stefani wanted in the house. It's going to be a mid guard, a mid to 3 guard. So sweepers really did their best, just a bit on the short side. However, that doesn't really change the strategy for McDonald. She just wants to keep clearing the stones, perhaps, although she's coming back into the house, I think, looking to see. They're changing things up. I thought they were going to clear the guards, but they're actually going to draw, perhaps? The weight seems too heavy for a draw. They are going to clear. Shooter sticks around to provide some cover that Stefani could use. On the sheet, on the B sheet, Viewers hold a 2-point lead over Aubrey as they are in their last end. On our feature sheet, Nathan Groh is delivering her first. This looks pretty good. I don't think they wanted to go too deep because then it offers a double possibility for McDonald to take on, and that is what she's dialed up pretty quickly. Has the broom set up to tackle the shot rock, and I think if they get a double out of it, that's gravy for the goose. This looks like it's over curling a little bit. Going to get one definitely, but it misses the red in the back, and the shooter itself rolls to the wings. So Stefani's going to try that draw again. I think less weight this time, as Megan's last shot is away. They were looking for less weight this time, and they are getting less weight. Needs to make sure it's touching paint. And it does come to rest in the full 8 foot. Seems like a pretty good shot. McDonald's going to take it on. It is shot rock. Stefani is sitting 2 here with the hammer. So McDonald gets set in the hack. Looking for takeout, possible double. The double's still there too, I think. Zach has the room down for his skip. Looking for a takeout here. Looks pretty close. They're shooting the hold line. It's over curling slightly. So the red goes out of play. The yellow is now shot. So Stefani needs to take it on. Looking at the overhead, it looks like it is about 2/3 covered by the guard. From this view, it looks a little bit more open. Stefani makes his way to the hack here. I think they could be looking for, they're doing a soft weight hit and roll is I think the call here. And here is Dan Stefani's first of 2 with a hammer here in the 8th. Looks like it's really curling. Hits and rolls. Splits the house a little bit. It is shot. So McDonald has a 3-point lead. So as was pointed out, getting rid of the back one basically would force the game to end because there would not be any way for Stefani to get 3. So looking to go after the back one. And also, Stefani kind of showed the line with his hit and roll with his last. So this is for the game.
Yeah, and they started this at 15 seconds up.
As McDonald gets set, this is her shot. Feldman's sweeping. Looks like it's pretty good. Looks like it's on the money. Going to hit. There goes the red. And that is handshakes for Team Stefani. As Team McDonald prevails 6-3. So a really nice outcome for Team McDonald. Team Stefani fought really hard. It was a really good game. The closest game on the ice for the most part. So that is awesome. We are down to the last rucks here on sheet B, so we're going to join that game so we can see the outcome of that. Sorry. So just getting our camera set up for last rocks here. So the situation here is Team Viewers is holding a 7-5 lead over Team Aubrey from Coyotes. Team Viewers from Hollywood.
Viewers is playing with Red Rocks, and they have they're sitting 2 in the house. So looks like we're down to Skip Rocks here.
What's up? Oh man! It's like 3 minutes down.
Looks like also the viewers has the hammer, so this is the confused here a little bit based on who's throwing rock. Looks like the viewers is throwing.
We need to throw our last rock, but if we were going
and this is more of a guard rock here.
We need 3 to even tie.
It's coming to the house. And it will settle in for 4th shot, I believe. Actually, it looks a little closer to the overhead. And it looks like viewers is sitting 3.
Yeah, I feel good about that.
I mean, like, good for them. Like, would agree. It's a Friday.
So we're now at Skip Stones as Aubrey heads down the ice to set up her shot. She needs both of those shots to count to have a chance. We will see what type of shot they have down. It looks like they're going to try and draw to the red in the back forefoot there. I'm not in his way, am I? So here's her shot coming down. Looks like it's over curling. Could be calling it a plan B, but now there's off here.
We got out here. We were here at 9 yesterday. Got out here almost 11.
So unfortunately, it would have been a miss, and that is going to be it. Stay shaking hands there. So those handshakes as Team Ewers has won at least their 2nd game.
Good luck out there.
All right, so before we sign off, I want to check our scoreboard, see how the standings are going. Thank you, sorry. So before we sign off, here are the standings through last night's draw. We don't have the current standings up, but looks like on Pool B, you definitely have like the class of the field is LeClaire and Siggins, and then McDonald right behind with a 2-1 after today's game. Pool A, Maxi, they dropped the first game, but they've won the next 2. Followed closely by Team Endicott. Well, Team Endicott's 2-0 right now. We'll see them this afternoon. So we'll definitely keep these updated on our website, and we'll have more information to come. And then finally, we'll be back on the air in just under 2 hours at 2:30. We're going to have our feature game be Team Aubrey taking on Team Maxi, so we will get to see the defending champions take on a Coyotes team that we just saw a moment ago. So that's going to kind of wrap up our coverage from the morning draw here at the 2023 MoPac Mixed Playdowns. So for all of us here at MoPac and the Coyotes Curling Club, this has been your host Ryan saying so long and good curling.